Detroit Lions released James Houston. Also, there's rumors being out there that they could be interested in ex-Houston Texans, Kansas City Chief, ex-Pittsburgh Steelers cornerback Steven Nelson. At one point, he was the captain in Houston. He plays cornerback. Start off there real quick. Terrion got a groin injury. That could be anywhere for a couple weeks, a week, depending on the severity of it, or it could be 4, 5, 6 weeks. The groin is real tricky, especially you playing cornerback position. Having a groin injury, you want to let that heal. And this Rackstar hurt his hamstring, so he's been having soft tissue muscle injuries all off season. So that's kind of one of the things when you double up on rookies at corner. It's a new physical grind for them. They don't play this many games in college, and on top of that, they got a water break after every first down in college. It's a different grind, so your body has to get adjusted to it. So yeah. And then you got Carlton Davis with the knee injury. He questionable. Sound like he good, but quick turnaround, you just don't know. So Emmanuel Mosley, is he really good to go back out there? They activate him and play corner? Don't know. So really, you operating out there with Amick Robertson, Kendall Vidor, as your two only healthy safe corners right now that you probably trust in. And Steven Nelson, he only 30, 31 years old. So he's been around a little bit, third round pick out of Oregon State. Shout out to Ocho Cinco, Chad, and Steve Smith went there as well too. So we'll see. Xavier Howard is another guy who has some issues out there, with his character, but he's still a top corner. One of the top corners out there, if not the top corner on the free agent market. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Steven Nelson. So, yeah, so get him some depth. And how bad Vidor was, they're probably going to give Vidor the boot like they gave James Houston the boot and roll with Steven Nelson. So, yeah, Vidor was worldly bad the other day, but maybe he just wasn't prepared. He wasn't ready, but the Colts single-handedly got all their yards damn near on him. So that's something to look at. But carrying on, James Houston got cut, and Dan Campbell said basically he just didn't work out here. Wish him the best. Blase this, blase that. But what I will say is, it just seemed like Dan Campbell was never a fan of him. It seemed like Dan didn't really like him. You're not gonna like everybody. It seemed like more that Brad Holmes was more of a fan of James Houston than Dan Campbell was. So if I had to give my honest opinion, I felt that, Brad Holmes really was pushing for him to make it. That was his guy. Dan Campbell didn't like him. He was looking to push him out the door. Dan, remember in the training camp, Dan was basically saying he on the chopping block. And then it came out, he made the team, and it wasn't really that close. So that's one of the reasons they didn't see, I feel like, in my opinion, my assumption, they didn't see eye to eye. I don't think they seen eye to eye on that. So that's my opinion on it. So I don't think Dan Campbell was a huge. I don't think he was a huge James Houston fan. Whatever reason it was, I don't know. Sometimes you just don't like a particular person. Sometimes your personalities don't match. Maybe he didn't like his effort. But I feel like he's been trying to get him out of there for a while. Maybe they had some words. I hear some of the reporters say he's a good interviewer and good dude. He had the little situation where he, boo-booed himself on the field. He said that wasn't the case. Most people thought that was a lie, but, he was a guy that had them 7 sacks who thought he was going to do something, and he just never was able to rekindle that flame. So a lot of fans were saying, what's taking so long? Some people were saying, damn, they was rooting for him and wanted to see him do well. I was one of those guys. But had to make room on the roster. No, probably wouldn't rule out a return at some point. But I feel like Dan Campbell had it out for him. So maybe he feel like he wasn't the effort guy. Maybe he said he didn't feel like he met the standard. So maybe he didn't feel like he met the standard. So I just feel like, his energy when he spoke about him, or, when he's talked about him, and then the whole thing where he was trying to say, he might be on the chopping block, and then it came out, it really wasn't that close. Yeah. I can see they wasn't on the same accord. So yeah, I can see him in, that was Brad's guy. That was Brad's guy. So, it is what it is. Everybody looking at him just to step up and have 10 sacks and rekindle that 7 sacks and just ain't, just 6th-round pick. They wanted him to be a 3-down linebacker. I don't think that was happening. Yeah, they get tape on you in this league. It's a little bit different. And maybe, like Dan said, he needed to change the scenery. So, he needed to change the scenery. And, they accommodated him. And hopefully he landed on his feet somewhere else. And when you got a head coach that, kind of against you, it's hard to be positive. Sometimes that's going to motivate you. And now that every successful player in the league like their head coach. They don't. Sometimes y'all turn out not liking each other, and get to grow, and y'all get to like each other. So yeah, he out of Detroit. I don't know if he felt like he seen it coming. He probably felt like he was walking on eggshells the whole season. When the head coach don't like you, that's pretty much the ultimate. Outside the owner. It always helps when the GM is like you as well too, but when the head coach don't want you, bro, he probably been trying to get this dude cut for seasons now. When that head coach don't like you, man, that's just ugly. And I could tell he didn't like James Houston. It seemed like everybody liked James Houston. I heard a few beat reporters. He's pretty cool, but everybody ain't gonna feng shui though. Everybody ain't gonna kick it like Saki. So it is what it is, man. But hopefully he'll end up on his feet and he go somewhere and ball out. But right now he didn't make the cut. Got Roger Martin getting activated. Ozzy coming back. He's activated. I don't know why they brought him back. I ain't get that shit. But it can't be no worse than Vita work. So it is what it is. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Get all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. Go live with our video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $CJG313. Venmo, CJG313. PayPal in the description. The link tree. I'm on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this, man. And let me know what y'all think about potentially adding cornerback Steven Nelson and them getting rid of James Houston. Peace.